What's up, people? Once again, welcome. This is ABFX here. So we are going to be doing our weekly analysis. So that is we going to be analyzing what we're expecting for next week, this coming week. I just decided to do this video because I wouldn't be able to have a live session with you guys. So just make sure you watch, and if you have any questions to ask, just drop it in the comment section. Yeah. So this week seems to be be an interesting week. The market has been ranging throughout the week, and we're going to have a lot of high impact news coming in for almost all the pairs. AUD, you have Euro, you have USD you have Euro as well. So make sure you pay attention to the news before you're taking any trades, right? So we're going to be having GBP news as well. Policy rate is going to be released. We're going to have NFP this week, so we're going to have the FOMC rate as well, right? So make sure we pay attention to this, right? We cannot predict this news, what's going to happen, so we are just going to basically react on the news, right? So let's start with our analysis. So we're going to start with current or the DXY first. So let's start with the DXY. So let me go ahead and remove the session breaks. So the video is going to be a very short one. I've already done some of the analysis. I'm just going to take you through everything, right? So let's try to look at the XY from the daily time frame perspective, right? So if we look on the daily time frame, what we can see is that we will notice that we have been on we are currently in an uptrend right now, right? We just broke out of this channel which we're having here. We are having what a descending channel, and we just broke out. We had a retest, and now we are moving to the upside. So for that said, I'm being quite bullish on the XY on the daily time frame, as you can see. But we've been ranging within this particular zone. Let me try to zoom out. We've been ranging within this particular zone here. So we've been ranging within this particular zone here, right? So I'm waiting to see if we can get a breakout. Then we will be expecting the market now to push to the upside. We have a breakout, we'll be expecting the market to push all the way to the upside like this, right? This is my expectation for DXY for this coming week, right? So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So you can see that clearly on the 4-hour time frame, we have been ranging within 10200 and 102.834, right? So within this we've been having a range, right? So what we are expecting to see is that we want to see the XY actually break into the upside, given that we've already tested back this trend line the third time, and we had a breakout we had a breakout here, and then we had a retest here, and now we expect the market to keep pushing to the upside. So with that said, if we are bullish on the XY, then means we'll be looking for longs on what USD GPY, USD CHF, USD CAD, and we'll be looking for short word on GBP USD, right? So let's go ahead and do analysis on the pair. So let's start with, before we come to this, let's go to GBP USD. All right, so looking at GBP USD, this is my view on GBP USD. So I'll just stick to the 4 hours. So on GBP USD, we've been quite ranging for some time now. We had this move to the upside, and the market started ranging in this particular zone, right? We've not had any breakout yet, so we believe that during this high impact news we've had, we are going to have a breakout, right? So this is just my bias. I'm hoping to see, depending on how the news come out, I'm hoping to see that GBP USD is going to break to the downside because of my bias of being bullish on the US dollar, right? And also I'm using this for my higher time frame view or my weekly time frame. What I'm seeing my weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, if you try to zoom in, you'll notice that the green trend line, you can see, you will see that we are having our first touch on this green line here. We have our first touch here, we have a second touch here, we have a second touch somewhere here, and third touch somewhere here, right? So you can see that on a higher time frame, you can see that the GBP USD is bearish, right? We are moving to the downside. So price just rejected off our trend line and it's now moving to the downside. So zooming in, you can see what I'm saying. So look at this touch on the trend line here. At this particular point, we're having a touch here, and now we are actually rejecting at this zone. We are actually rejecting somewhere here, right? So having these on the weekly time frame, you can see how price has pushed. Price made this higher high, price was moving an uptrend, and then breakout here, then price failed to create a higher high. Now price is rejecting here, right? Looking at this rejection, so this is telling me that what the expectation that price might be moving what to the downside, right? You notice that we actually took out this low, actually, because this is an indication that price might be changing trend. The trend might be changing what to the downside, because we've created what a lower low, right? So we're expecting this low to have been formed, so not breaking out this low, but now we've seen price breaking out this low and creating what a lower high instead. So we're expecting to see price to create a structure like this now again, and then continue to the downside. So this is my expectation on GBPUSD. If you use our Fibonacci tool, you can see, you can place it here on the weekly time frame, and you see that price is rejecting at the 61% and 50% Fibonacci level, right? So we are expecting price to have a breakout within this particular zone here, right? So now let's test that for GBPUSD. If I go my 4-hour time frame, I have this kind of channel. What I'm expecting to see here, I have something like this, market to pull the upside and then giving me this type of trend. I'm waiting to get a breakout. So this is kind of what we are having. This is kind of a channel, kind of a structure we are having here, something like this, right? This is what is kind of playing out here on GBPUSD. So I'm just waiting to see if I can get a breakout of this psychological level here, right? If I have a breakout of this psychological level, and then I'm expecting price to pull back, and then I'll be expecting to see my sales. But let's see how the FOMC is going to play out, right? So let's move on to GG as well. My higher time frame, I can see that the weekly is bullish, daily is bullish, the 4-hour we are ranging, right? It's quite simple on GG, right? So I try to look back on my left to analyze what has been happening previously. So if you look back, you will see that this same pattern you're seeing here, that happened here, right? This is what is happening here again, right? So we're expecting that if price fails to break out of this zone here, you might see price drop all the way to the downside, right? So we might see price drop all the way to the downside here. If price fails to break out of this zone here, we might see price break all the way to the downside. So we just have to wait to be reactive, right? Not predictive. Let's just wait and see if price is going to break out of this range, where if price is going to break out, they will take sales. I'm expecting price to test back at this structure here, because on my daily time frame, let me just go to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, this is what we are having on the daily time frame in terms of structure, right? You notice that we created, it was a breakout of structure here, right? And then so we have this low, have this low. We've created this. Now we've failed to create a high here, right? Notice that we failed to create a high, but we'll have a breakout here, waiting to see if we can get a retest here on the daily time frame. And this is what on my 61% Fibonacci level. So if I put my X here and I take it to this high, notice where we are currently testing this zone, right? So I have my Fibonacci there as well. So let's wait to see how price is going to react off this zone. Remember I said what is happening here is what is actually what happening here again. Is what is actually happening here again, right? So let's wait to see what is going to be happening at this particular zone where we are right now. If we get a breakout on the higher time frame, especially on the daily time frame, any breakout we see, then we're expecting price to push all the way to the downside. If we get a breakout to the upside, we're expecting price to push all the way to this particular zone here. That is my target on the daily time frame, right? So we'll move to the 4-hour time frame. I think I've explained on the 4-hour time frame what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see what a breakout. But my weekly time frame bullish, daily time frame bullish, 4-hour we are ranging. So let's wait to see any breakout, then we'll be getting our trades, right? So we'll move on to our next pair, which is what USD JPY as well. So USD JPY, I'm waiting to see. You see that price just broke out of this zone we had here, right? So we've been bullish on USD JPY. Price just broke out of this zone. So I'm expecting to see if I will get a push to the upside for price to take out the daily structure level, right? Price has been ranging on the daily time frame. We can see where we are rejecting, right? We are actually rejecting here. So price just created this structure we have here, and this is it again. So whereas price just I'm waiting for price to take out this daily structure level here. So if we can do that, then we're expecting to have more bullish move all the way to this particular zone here, right? All the way to this zone here. I'm expecting price to push all the way there. So let's wait to see if we're going to have a breakout to the upside. We're expecting the FOMC and the NFP to give us that, right? So that is that for USD JPY, right? pretty much that's what we're seeing, right? So we had this touching the trend line, expecting price to push breakout, because all of this is ranging. We are actually ranging all of these zones. So price, when price is here, you're looking for buys, price is below, you're looking for sales. But now, so let's, what I want to see is, should price be able to push out here, push out, break out, then you can take a buy up to the zone. So let's wait to see how NFP is going to play out. So our next pair is GBPUSD. We look at that. Let's go to GBPCAD, right? GBPCAD, again, start on the daily time frame on GBPCAD. What you can see clearly is that you can see that we've moved from a bullish, bearish, bullish. We're testing back this particular zone here. We're expecting to have what kind of an end pattern all the way to this zone. That is what I'm seeing on GBPCAD, and we can see the rejection we're already having here, right? Similar thing, similar scenario. You can see the rejection we're already having here, right? The rejection we're already having off this high. Similar scenario we had here, right? Similar thing we had here. So market might repeat itself. We might see a random rejection again to the downside. We can see that we are already breaking out of this uptrend we had here. So I'm just waiting to see if we'll get a retest, bearish confirmation, then we'll get ourselves all the way to this neckline here, and possibly a swing trade to this point here, right? So that's it on the daily time frame. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So you can see clearly on the 4-hour time frame that we just had a breakout here. We just had a breakout, so we just wait to see if we can get a retest. So these levels are marked. If you're taking your trade from here, if you have a retest and you're taking your trade all the way from here, these are going to be our TPs that we should be expecting to first TP, second TP, third TP, and so on, right? So let's wait and see how GBPCAD is going to play out. So if we have a breakout, a retest, we already had a breakout. Let's wait to see if we get a retest, there's some bearish confirmation. We can now start looking for ourselves all the way to the downside, right? So our next pair we're going to be looking at is AUDUSD. So with AUDUSD, so similar thing. AUDUSD, I'm also looking for sales, right? I'm also looking for sales since I'm looking for buys on USD JPY. So looking at AUDUSD from the daily time frame perspective, you'll see. Let me take this off. Good. Let me also take this off. Yeah, so you see that we've been on a descending structure. Clearly we've been moving to the downside here, right? You can see that clearly, right? We've been having this move to the downside. So price actually, what there was a breakout here. Price is, sorry, this thing is not actually showing. There was a breakout here. We're waiting for price to take out this zone. If we can take out this zone, we're kind of having a head and shoulder here, but you can see that it's not fully formed, right? This right, it's not fully formed. Let's wait to see if we can break out of here, retest, then we're seeing potential ADUSD moving to 16300, 163,000, right? So let's wait to see if we can get what a breakout of this zone here. You can see price already rejecting. Let's see, we'll get a breakout, then retest, we can get our trade all the way to 6300, right? So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that, let me get rid of this. 4-hour time frame, we can see the head and shoulder I'm talking of, right? So we're already having something like this, right? So let's just wait to see if we're going to get a breakout, then we take our trade, right? As simple as that. So let's go to our next pair. Let me see if we're looking at AUDCAD. Yeah, so AUDCAD, this is what I'm having as well, similar to AUDUSD. We've been ranging within this particular zone here, right? First, you can see that we are in a downtrend, right? We've moved from here, just waiting to see we get a breakout, and then I will be glad if we can get a very good breakout of this zone, right? And then we'll get a swing trade all the way to this point here, right? Because we see that there is a lot of gap to be covered here within this zone. There's a lot of gap to be filled within this particular zone here. So there's a possibility for AUDCAD to move, so we can have all this move, all the retracement all the way back down here. There's a possibility to see that. So let's wait and see what the market has for us, right? So remember, we have to be reactive to see how the market is going to move, or the market is going to break out from this zone that we have here. It has been ranging there, right? Then we'll get our trade all the way down, right? So our last pair is going to be SND USD, right? So looking at the SNT USD, let's see what we have. We see that we are also what, downtrend. We are in a downtrend, and the market is actually ranging here. Similar thing, I'm waiting for what, a breakout. Right? I'm waiting for what, a breakout. So this for FOMC is going to come, we give us a clear direction. January has been ranging a lot, so FOMC is going to give us a clear direction, because we can see clearly that we had all this move to the downside that's been broken, and now we are descending to the downside. Potential move to this zone here, percentage movement all the way back to the downside. So let's wait and see what FOMC has for us. So that is that for my weekly outlook, and these are the pairs I'm focused on. My red list at the top, these are the pairs I'm actually focused on, right? So I did speak about GBP index, which is also one of the things I look for my trades on. GBP JPY, USD JPY as well. So on the GBP index, I'm just looking to see, I'm looking for sales to this zone here, right? So I'm just looking to see if I'm going to get some sales to this zone here, and if I'm looking for sales to this zone here, I should be looking for the opposite here. See, I should be looking for a breakout here. That's what I'm saying, right? So if we get this breakout, this bullish momentum breakout of this zone, then price might be heading here. But there is still a possibility that we might see price what actually coming all the way from here to down here, just to keep ranging with this particular zone. But we want to see a clear breakout, or a clear breakout to the upside, clear breakout to the downside, right? So that is what I have for my weekly outlook for this particular week for you guys. Right, see you in the Telegram channel. Right, the Telegram channel is there. You can feel free to join, where I'm going to share my setup. See you.